I'm going to introduce you to Matthew, but you know Matthew very well, indeed.
I've got nothing to say.
So, I'll start with that. Yes. Vic, how are you?
Hello, good to
Very
see
nice to see
you.
you.
How are
Yeah,
you?
very well, thank you.
Yeah.
I think the last time we saw each other was in Birmingham.
It was.
Yeah.
You mentioned the aubergine emoji was
Yes.
your favourite.
Thank you for reminding me about that.
But it's nice to be able to be in nature, interested in agriculture, interested in farming. So I've got to meet some amazing people today.
Yeah, brilliant. Are you still doing radio as well?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Just spend
It's
your
nice
time.
to have a bit of both. Balance, I
Good.
think.
All right,
Yeah.
get outside, see the fresh air. What's good to have you on today?
Thank you. Lovely to see you again.
Appreciate it.
How are you? Yeah,
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you
We saw each other very recently.
Very recently.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a bit dry today.
Well, nice to have you here. Obviously, really good.
Hi.
Christine, how are you?
Very good, thank you.
Very
Yeah.
nice to see you.
Yeah.
You were speaking about sort of
Succession.
management and planning.
Succession, trying to get the conversation with dad and mum, or grandparents.
Yeah.
So rather than sort of saying, what am I?
These two don't need that much introductions. Good. Very nice to meet you. How are you?
Lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Is that right?
Very nice to meet you. You said that very well.
Good, great hair.
Oh, thank you.
Have it done this morning. Yeah, 6:30.
Looks quite smart.
Thank you.
Yeah. Your best shirt on.
Yep. Actually, how?
Don't worry, I noticed.
I'm retiring after today. Now we'll go into the work.
All right, okay.
Almost learn more from the walkers than you think.
And also, it's about, I was just saying to the others about having that first conversation, particularly with succession planning. It's quite important to break the taboo of having a conversation because it builds up. It's quite worried.
Yeah.
If you don't know what's going to happen in the future, everyone gets very worried about that.
Yeah.
So if you can at least start those conversations gently, then everyone just feels okay. We can work towards it and understand it.
Yeah, it's a strain on the mental health as well, isn't it? That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
I think a lot more people are talking about it these days, though.
You think so?
A lot, 100%. A lot more people are picking up the phone, just ringing the neighbour and just speaking to the neighbour. Or me, I mean, my phone goes. I think my
I know you've
It's
become
cool.
a bit of a counsellor now. Both of you are a bit like that.
250 calls a day, I think I get roughly.
Do you really?
Just break and don't realise it.
Sorry, gotta get.
Or I run out of seed, for example.
Yeah.
But no, it's good. I think a lot more people are talking about it, which is a good thing. There's lots of charities, isn't there? Lots of charities.
What do you think we can do to help sort of rural isolation and loneliness and things like that? Because obviously you live and work and
putting together a charity, and last year we had 4,000 members of the farming community in Herefordshire access one part of the service, and for His Royal Highness to come on board is just it's incredible. I can't describe the feeling of the British agriculture is under stress beyond stress.
But I do think we're heading the right way, and I'm excited by that journey and that progress. I set out to talk about mental health. I never realised quite what I stumbled into, and realised that once you scratch away at the surface, the nation's mental health was very fragile and almost unspoken about. And I think over the years we've done better at talking about that. There are, like I say, still hard to reach parts of society.
There's an idea that it's twee and beautiful, and when we have people come to our shepherd's huts to, oh, you're so lucky, and I keep thinking, oh, are we?
If you want to imagine how many tools you guys have on the farm, have a toolbox that is your mental toolbox, and in it you need to have certain tools in there to deal with certain problems that come along in life. And if you don't have that tool, then go and find somebody who will help you, because people like Sam and Emily can do that. They can provide you with that extra tool that we don't have, because not everyone is to have every tool. We just don't. There are lots of reasons why we don't. That's because of the experience, it's because of the never chance to do it, the timing, training, whatever it might be. We've not had that moment or that chance to have it. But if you don't have that tool, don't be afraid to go and ask somebody for a bit of help to ask what that tool is. There are plenty of ways to get that tool. And for me, particularly breaking, we talked about the work-life balance, breaking that cycle where you can, which I know in the farming world is almost impossible, bearing in mind you live, breathe, sleep, everything around you is there. But try and find a way to come away from that. Otherwise you find yourself talking about the same things that bother you on a day-to-day basis, and it stays within the family and goes round and round in circles. And it goes for every walk of life. We always need to come away from that and have time out Go and do some things that are fun. Go and have a laugh. Go and do something completely different so the mind has a chance to rest and go and think about other things. I worry how much we're on our phones and data. You know, most of us in here will sit here and say, we looked at our phones, the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning, last thing you do go at night, you check your phones. We've got to get out of that habit because mentally that is not good for all of us. Your brain is not resting, your brain is processing so much information that it's never evolved fast enough to do. And at some point in the future, there'll be people whose brains who will have adapted amazingly, evolutionary, but not in the short space of time where it's healthy. And I think we've got to be really careful that the practices we teach our children, the practices we're going to do ourselves, the way we live, we've just got to make sure we take that time out for ourselves to calm down, have a clear think.
But we're learning from them, we're trying to prove ourselves to them. So it's then very difficult to give yourself breathing space and time off. And
putting your phone down, ring your neighbour, ring your friend, just have a general chat. I mean, every tractor's got Bluetooth nowadays, hasn't it? Or it's actually a passenger seat. Just invite them in and come and sit with you. That's what I do anyway.
Unless you've got a John Deere and then the Bluetooth comes in, and if you've got the volume in high,
you know, and having that commercial relationship with you guys. So that's why We Are Farming Minds has nothing to do necessarily with the Dutch, as it were. It's kind of, we support it and look after it, but they're independent charity kind of managing it. So you guys feel you're talking to somebody who's not in the Dutch system, if you like. Because I think that's quite an important point.
And we are, and I'll be clear, we're there to really help signpost.
Yeah.
And, you know, but
it does help that Matthew's very friendly. Though,
I know.
But just having the ability to just clock when someone isn't their normal self, that's the key. And you know, I've experienced that a few times.
Next generation. That's brilliant. The next generation guys.
Hello, Your Royal Highness, Will Ketto, and nice to see you too.
Yeah, good to see you. Same farm? Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Alice and my sister.
Have they lied to your parents, or you have different?
I guess it's probably more of a generational thing, in that they're at the end of their sort of. They're at the end of their.
Kaleb, you didn't just say 3, 2, go.
No, I said 3, 2, 1. No, 1, 2, 2, do this. Did I?
War of committee meeting.
Oh yeah, 1 minute, sorry. Come this way a little bit. Count from 10. I can't go down that far. Right, ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
all the time.
Come on!
Not waiting for it.